If you're looking to get better on keyboard and mouse quickly, then you clicked on the perfect video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys 5 of my best tips that will help you get better on keyboard and mouse quickly. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any more time, so let's get straight into the video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, tip number 1, and we're going to talk about sensitivity. First, let's talk about precision and control. The right sensitivity allows for accurate aiming and better control over your character's movements, especially during intense fights. Next is your building speed. Your sensitivity settings directly affect how quickly and accurate you can build. Quick and precise building is crucial to gaining the upper hand in build battles. Adaptability is another key factor. Adjusting your sensitivity based on your playstyle enhances your ability to respond effectively in a lot of scenarios. For example, whether it's close range, mid-range, or even long-range fights. Finally is your consistency. Having a steady sensitivity allows you to be so much better in fights and improves your mechanics so much. When your sensitivity remains consistent, you'll find yourself hitting those edits and shots way more accurately. It will also give you a significant advantage in competitive gameplay. So if you do actually want to get better on Fortnite and dominate, focus on keeping your sensitivity consistent. Trust me, it will make such a huge difference. Remember, sensitivity settings are personal, and what works for one player may not work for another. Experiment with your settings to find what suits what's best for you. And yeah, I did just recently release my settings video, which I do go way more in depth on my whole sensitivity. So yeah, if you want to go watch that, you can click on that. Okay, tip number 2 is smart peaks and angles. Alright, so listen up. When you're in a fight, positioning is everything. Instead of just charging in like a headless chicken, take a second to think about your angles. By using smart peaks, you can get a clear shot at your opponent by minimizing your own exposure. Here's the deal. When you peek from behind cover or use high ground, you can catch your enemies off guard. They won't see it coming. Plus, it also helps you control the fight. Okay, so for example, you're just in a classic 1x1 and your opponent's rushing your wall. Instead of doing just a regular peanut butter edit like this, exposing your whole body, if your opponent is on that left side, what I like to do is this. What this peek basically is just a classic right hand peek, and what you do is literally just edit this wall like this, shoot and reset. If you time this peek correctly, what it will do is you will shoot, you'll reset, and this wall right here will block their shot from coming to you. Now another peek I like to do, you have to remove the code in the box, and it's basically just a window, a shot, and a reset. What it will look like in fast motion is this. Again, if you time this perfectly, what this wall will do is you'll shoot, you'll reset, and this wall again will block their shot from hitting you. Now the third pick I like to do is, instead of just doing the classic peanut butter, what I like to do is throw them off guard by running to this wall, then do a peanut butter, then shoot. What it will look like is this. Basically, what that does is they think you're just running here to edit out and then to just get some high ground, blah, blah, blah. But then it throws them off guard, you edit, and you get a free shot on them. Now, the final peek plus angle I like to use is basically if you have a cone in your box, just simply remove it, do the edit, crouch, and just jump, shoot, reset. This basically, again, is just like a free shot and lets you see them at all times. The reason I say remove the cone when you do this peek is because if you do come close enough, the peek does still work. But if you just are standing a little bit back, you'll give them a free shot directly on your head, which could end up killing you. Okay, tip number 3 is your keyboard and mouse binds. If you're a beginner at Fortnite, having your build binds set to your mouse side buttons is perfect. What I find really effective is having your stairs and your walls set to your mouse side buttons, and I'll tell you why. This is because side buttons are very easy to get used to, and instead of clicking so many buttons on your keyboard, you can mostly just use your mouse, which is also way easier. This also gives you way more control over your keyboard. Going along with the topic of mouses, another key factor is your mouse DPI. Mouse DPI is so important because having the wrong mouse DPI basically just ruins your whole Fortnite sensitivity. It also ranges on what sensitivity you play on. For example, I play on slow sensitivity, so I use 800, but if you do play on fast sensitivity, you could range from 1000 to 1600. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys my Fortnite keyboard and mouse binds, but before I do, if you guys scroll down until you find replays, make sure you have all these settings just as mine turned off because it reduces input delay. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much in depth on my keyboard binds, as I do just have a recent video that I just explained it all, but if you are a beginner on keyboard and mouse, these are the best binds that I can give you. As far as it comes for building edit, make sure you use your main keyboard key for your building edit, and then use your scroll wheel for your second bind. Okay, so tip number 4 is going to be your editing speed and timing. Okay, so a key factor when editing is your timing. So basically, if you guys see here, every time I edit, basically you don't want to see the blue, you just want to see the grey. So when I edit, I just want to see the grey bit. What this does is instead of just clicking like this, you just basically do it in one simple motion like this. If you guys just practice this literally on one floor piece, it will improve your editing time massively. Also, just to take in note, when you're building, do not use your pickaxe, just hold your Fortnite map out and build like that. The reason for this is because when you have your map out, you can quickly place walls and ramps without having to switch back and forth between your pickaxe. Plus, it also allows you to edit from further away. This gives you a huge advantage in fights. This way, it also allows you to stay at a safe distance while still being able to make those edits. You might not think that building with your map out instead of your pickaxe is a huge advantage, but trust me, over time, if you just start using your building map, it makes it so much easier to build. The only time that I would accept building or editing with your pickaxe out is not even building, it's just for resetting your builds. Resetting your builds with your pickaxe out makes it so much more fast and efficient, as you guys see in this clip. Now, tip number 5, the final tip, and also the best tip I could give to anybody watching, is to play with confidence. Literally just land at all the hot drops, rush everybody, and I'm telling you, you will improve just like that. When you go into a match believing in your skills, it really changes how you play. You make faster decisions, engage in fights without any hesitation, and take risks that could lead you to winning the fight. Instead of second guessing yourself or backing off in the fight, you just push forward and take full control of that fight. Even if you do end up messing up in that fight, that confidence level will help you learn and improve for that next game. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I learn to play with confidence? And that's exactly why I'm here to tell you. I'm going to give you guys a couple of dot points, and number 1 is to practice regularly. I think the best thing to do is just spend some time in creative and work on your mechanics and free builds, and also improve your aim. Number 2 is to just jump straight into the deep end and just land at every hot drop. Even if you are dying often landing at these hot drops, you will still end up improving a lot, and I'll tell you why. This is because you're going to be playing with people that are better at the game than you are. And what this means is, because you're playing with people that are better at the game than you are, because you're surrounded by the people that are better than you, you're just initially going to get better. And the third one I have for you guys is to set some small goals. For example, whether it's getting 10 kills in the game or even 5 kills in the game, just set small goals like that to start off with and try to achieve those goals by rushing everyone.